Good morning and welcome back to Living on a UK State Pension. My name's Tania, I'm 68 years old, and for this next year I'm going to be living entirely on my UK State Pension and saving my civil service pension to replace savings that I depleted when I did my bungalow up. Anyway, this is part 2 of my bungalow tour where I show you the rest of it. And yeah, I'm pleased. Some people are going to say, oh, it's very monotone, but it's each to their own at the end of the day. Sorry, I've not long got back from the pool once again, and yeah, I've got my baggy things on because they're easier to get on when you're maybe a bit damp, basically. So let's get on with the tour. I'm going to take you and do the bedrooms first. As I say, the back of my house faces south, so I am very, very lucky when it comes to temperatures in here. Anyway, I'm going to turn you round. Right, I hope you can see that. The top one is the temperature in my house at the moment, so it's 18.5 degrees. There is no heating on, but because the sun is shining, I'm going to just turn you slowly. You can see it's actually beaming into the bedroom there. That's bedroom number 1, but we're going to start with bedroom number 2. Right, this is bedroom number 2. I think it's 11'8" by 8'6". I don't want to go too high because I've got photos on the tops of my wardrobes. So all the furniture in here is IKEA. It was the only furniture I had to buy, actually. I had the bed, but I needed 2 bedside tables and a wardrobe. The other bedroom, everything's built in, and the 2 bedside tables are what I brought with me. I had this bed. I'm going to just put you on the floor so to keep everything steady. I wish I had a taller tripod. Anyway, I'm just going to push you down so I can stand you on the bed next to keep everything steady. Right. Makes it look like it's uneven, but it isn't. It's fine. The panelling, I worked out for both rooms how much panelling I needed, because I bought this a long time before you could get the kits in B&Q. So I went to a panelling company and it came in 2.4 metre lengths, and you could have it MDF, and you could have it like damp proofed, basically, so that it doesn't absorb moisture. And I also had it undercoated as well. So I wanted this room done Scandi, so me and my husband planned out the spaces to make it look proportionate, and then he put it up for me. I did all the filling and all the painting after that. But it's put up with no more nails, basically. So it's not too bad to do. The 3 little paintings at the top are actually a plaster cast, and I've had them, I would think, 20 years, and they've been painted every single colour under the sun to go with whatever room I put them in. And that's it, basically. The bedding, I'm going to put you down on the floor now so that you can see the bedding. The bedding in here is a very pale grey. So you can see the texture on it. It gets washed, it dries. I do not have to touch it. It is one of the best things that I've ever bought. I've got 2 sets from Julie and Charles, and I can swap them from room to room. This is a 4'6" bed, and The one in the other room is a king size, but I've only got a king size quilt on that. So it works perfectly. It works. It's only me in the bed. So yeah, it works perfectly. But I just love it. And I went for a Berber carpet on the floor because you get no track marks with a Berber carpet. When you have a pile carpet, you have track marks on it from where people have walked and depressed the pile on it, don't you? So yeah, and I had to go for long curtains in here because it hides my pipework, my new pipework that I had to have done. But lift you up. The rail was already here, so I made use of it. Basically, I painted it white and made use of it. It was an old wooden one. The other one, I asked my husband to cut up and make a coat rail in the airing cupboard for me. So I don't waste anything. Even when I am renovating a property, if something can be repurposed, it gets repurposed. The underlay underneath the carpet, I didn't go for rubber. I went for the old felt style, you know, with the wool and everything in it, because I just thought, I wonder if that will be warmer, because that's the other thing I tried to build in with this property, was insulative values to it at the same time. So I put felt, under felt on the floor, then the carpet. Yeah, and so far so good. As you saw the temperature, any little bit of heat in here, I am very, very lucky. But facing south was on my tick list. Anyway, going into the main bedroom now. I'm going to lift you up again. Oops. Sorry, please don't shout at me for banging the camera. I can't help it. Right. Can you see the panelling in this room? I may have to pull the blind down because it is so bright, this room. But it's the square formation instead. So again, we worked it out all mathematically. So I only had to order the panelling once. And yeah, it came out lovely again. I did all the filling, I did all the painting, The two bedside cabinets are old, really, really old. I would think at least 20 years old because they came from MFI years ago. And I think they were like a pear wood or something like that. They're really, really heavy. But yeah, they're a nice bedside cabinet. The lamps were free on Facebook selling page. The bed I did have to buy new, but I went to a company called Everest and they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You get a choicier mattress and it's got a memory foam topper to it. It's a deep mattress and yeah, it wasn't even £500 with the headboard, and they always have a discount online. And as I say, this is, let me push you down, this is the white version of the Julian Charles's bedding. As I say, no ironing. Oh my God, it is revolutionary. Just bring it in and put it back on the bed when it's dry. Again, long curtains to hide the pipework. Now, quick question while we're in here. Has anyone had one of these Marks and Spencer's orchids bought for them? This was bought 2 years ago. No, I lie. It was bought 15 months ago. And I've never had, although it does look like there's buds forming, I only put the tiniest bit of water in it. I let nature do the rest because that's what it said. But Yeah, I've not had any flowers because I thought it would flower again in October, which was when I got it the first time, but nothing's happened to it. Do you think I'm going to have to take it out and put it in a normal pot? I don't know. Anyone else had one? Please let me know. Again, I went for the same floor, the same carpet as I've got in bedroom 1. And if I turn you round, slowly does it. Pick you up. I have fitted wardrobes. They were in here when I moved in, except they were rather ugly. Let me move my jumper. Right. They had like filigree. I'll insert photo at the end. I'll put up as many photos as I can find. But they had all bits of plastic stuck on here with, you know, curly whirly things and everything in gold and that, dating back to the 80s when we had all the swags and everything, you know. So my husband said, have a go at heating them up and see if they'll come off. So I did. I heated them up with my hairdryer, nothing stronger, and they did peel off. There was a couple of bits of damage it left behind, but with a bit of filler and a good rub down, changed the handles on it, they've come up brand spanking new. This is self-leveling paint, put on with a roller. Well impressed I was, and it doesn't take long to dry, and it was from B&M, and I want to say it was about £9 a tin. And it did my windowsill because I needed this room to dry quickly, and I did all the wardrobes and everything as well. So yeah, that's it. I've got storage either side in the bed as well, got a drawer either side of it. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this room. It's very calming. And yeah, I have all my junk on the floor there from doing my hair. I need a new basket. The basket is absolutely falling to pieces. Every time I move it, another piece falls off it. But that's the main bedroom. And I love the mirror. That was from B&M about 10 years ago. No, the range, about 10 years ago at least. So the hallway, obviously I had, when we planned out the floor in here, I've always had a mat well, because I think when you've got a dog, it's well worth investing in a mat well and paying for the coconut carpet, because you can clean your shoes on it quite well. And yeah, you're not trooping stuff through the house. So yeah, I can't remember how much that section of carpet, £20, something like that. It's heavy, it comes through the post. And yeah, and then just the laminate was laid accordingly up to it. The hardest bit was finding the trim, what sort of trim we needed to form a mat well. So anyway, we go along. I'm very fortunate that my kitchen is next to my bathroom. I'll put the light on in the bathroom because it's the darker side of the house. This is the bathroom. As you can see, I've got yellow accessories apart from my orange bucket. You can probably hear a helicopter in the background. We've just had an ambulance, you know, air ambulance, helicopter, land on the field over the back from me. So yeah, I have got a shower head up on the wall. As you can see, I've got no screen. That is in the garage, and it will be fitted once I've had my water pressure sorted in the bungalow. I've got very low water pressure in here. Dan comes round next month to service my boiler, and I'm going to ask him about it and how much he anticipates it costing to put me a little pump in so that I can have a shower instead of a bath. But to future protect this as well, I asked my husband if we could put the bath on the lowest setting it could possibly go on, which he did. We both, because we had it upside down in the lounge, and we reset the feet to the lowest possible setting to be able to get in and out easier as I get older. Because I don't want to have to move unless I really, really have to. So I've tried to put as many things in place to future-proof this as possible. I put my water that I get out of the tap, I get at least 2 jugs out before the water gets hot, and I store it in there and I use it to flush the toilet. The toilet wasn't easy to fit, and I thought at one point my husband was going to throw it out of the window, but then I showed him that there was clips inside and the whole front would lift off, which made it easier to get to all the gubbins behind. So yeah, it was a labour of love, but we got it done in the end between us. So, and it's a bit of extra storage in here, and a worktop where you can keep things as well. That's the problem when they put a sink in front of a window. You haven't got many places that you can put stuff. And as you can see, I went for the biggest radiator you could possibly put in a bathroom, because the little fiddly ones down here that they put in wouldn't heat up anything. So I paid the extra money. I mean, and it still doesn't get hot in here, but at least it takes the chill off. And especially when you've got tiled floors and tiled walls, I did keep part of the bathroom so it was painted so that I can have an accent colour in here if I so wish. And that's why I choose bright colours in towels and things that can easily be changed, you know, to add a different colour to it. I mean, if I like some navy, but the only thing with navy is when you wash it, it fades easily. But if I can get some navy, I might have some navy accessories, you know, towels and bath mat, etc., etc. But again, these towels came from a previous property, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with them, so I wasn't not going to use them. Anyway, that's the bathroom, and that's on the north side of the bungalow. So yes, it can be dark and it can be a lot cooler, that side. So turn that one off, and we'll go into the kitchen. And the kitchen came from Wicks. I designed it because I've designed every single kitchen in the houses that we've renovated. And that's because I'm a believer in storage and not fancy cabinets, basically. So I was restricted in here. I'm moving slowly because I don't want to make anybody ill. I had to go with the boiler because it would have cost too much money to have it moved. And I didn't want it up the loft because at the end of the day, why would I want to go clambering up a loft at 68 to reset the boiler if something happens? No, I can get at it all here. I still have an airing cupboard in the hallway where the rest of the copper cylinder is, you know, the immersion, etc. So yeah, I can use that. I had the bottom half made into a pantry. And it's got, I'm going to just drop that down like that. Now Wicks wanted, I want to say in excess of £450 for those shelves. I got them from Amazon for 110, and you can fit them at any height. It shows you how to fit them. So when we were building this larder unit in the lounge, me and my husband, I was trying to work out where I wanted the shelves to make the best use of it. And of course they all pull in and out. So you can get to the back of the shelf quite easily and see what you've got. As you can see, I've still got the basmati rice in the plastic pack that I haven't touched. So, and everything else in there. I have, this is my tin store down there, so I can rotate stuff. And the beauty of it is everything falls down to the bottom shelf, and I can just put my, my duster underneath to get everything out, or my hoover. I empty the bottom shelf out and hoover. But I asked my husband if he'd be kind enough, because we had some shelves left over, if he'd build me this shelf in here, you know, for all my bags and things, because I didn't have drawer space for them, and this was the next best thing, and I can just grab what I want, you know, at any time. I love it. I love the shelf. I think they Wix could do with putting it as an idea when they're selling kitchens. So I had the drawers next to the cooker, because obviously it makes sense. You go in the drawers for your utensils, etc. Electric oven, gas top, my air fryer. The only other cupboard I had problems with, and that was because the electric box, which you can't see because it's white, is at the shelf right at the top there. So we had a big square had to be cut out there to still access the electric box, because I had to have it changed because it needed a new consumer board. But yeah, that's it. I like stainless steel. I can keep it clean, and it wipes over with my silk polish that I use, and comes up brand spanking new. I recently went over to a whistle kettle on my gas hob. I actually bought it back in November, and me and my friend were in Colchester, and we were in TK Maxx, and they're just piling this shelf in TK Maxx with kettles for £16.99. Absolute beauties they were. So I thought, you know what? It makes sense, because it'll give my worktop more space as well. So I'm going to go over to a kettle, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And so I Googled it, and it does work out cheaper. Even though it takes longer to boil on gas, it works out cheaper. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. £16.99. I couldn't believe my luck. I think if I ever go back there and I see another one, I'm going to get it straight away. Anyway, this is the sink. I chose stainless steel again, and I always have a washing up bowl in there to save water. I have my washing machine built in. I don't have a tumble dryer, and I do not have a dishwasher. The only time I have an awful lot of washing up is when I'm batch cooking, and I tend to wash as I go along. So yeah, it doesn't bother me. I think it would probably take me a week or more to fill a dishwasher, because of the way I cook and store food, basically. So yes, if this ever went wrong, it wouldn't bother me to just have a normal washing machine in there at all. So if this washing machine was to die in the future, I'd just have the kicker board cut and a normal slide-in washing machine put in its place. I've got no fancy bits to the cupboards. I've got no bits that you pull out so that you can get at anything. It is purely storage. That's what I went for. I have my fridge. And that's it, basically. I bought a little breakfast bar table and chairs for me to sit at, and for when a friend comes round. If I have more than one friend, which I do quite often, and I'm laying on something, it will be a little buffet so that we can all sit together in the lounge and eat. But yeah, that's my kitchen. Just some IKEA plants up there, just to add a bit of texture. I have to have the carbon monoxide thing at the top there, because it's above the boiler, so any problems it will trigger it straight away. I have a nice radiator at the back there, so this isn't too bad to keep warm the kitchen. The coldest room in the house is definitely the bathroom, and that's because of the tiling. And of course it's got no soft furnishings in there, and it faces north. But as you can see, I'll just briefly take you into the lounge because it's very, very sunny today. But look at that sunshine. Look at that sunshine. I know I'm going to pull the blind down in a minute because we've had enough. It's warmed the house through, and I've got a bit more washing drying on the line. So happy days indeed. And I will get round to filming my curtain hack. Next week I've got one of viewers' request, and I'll try and fit in the following week the other couple of viewers' requests, like A, the curtain hack, and B, tea loaf. So they're two that could go together actually, because they're quite short to do. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the tour of my bungalow. Oh, I didn't show you. I do have an airing cupboard. It's a mess. It's not the tidiest. I hang my swimming costumes up to finish drying. And as I say, that was another rail from a curtain rail that was in here. I keep my cleaning products in here, my ironing board and my vacuum cleaner. And some shoes as well that have maybe got wet through walking the dog or whatever, so that they dry off. But yeah, I do like it. It is quite a deep cupboard. The hallway, I painted it in, it's Egyptian cotton, by the way, the colour, and it is the really heavy duty one because of having a dog. I mean, he walks in out of the wet and immediately shakes, and it goes all up the walls. So I've only got to wipe them down. I don't have to worry about them. The rest of the house is just normal paint, apart from the kitchen. The kitchen is kitchen paint. And as I've said before, I am a mucky pup. I grow beetroot. I do everything. And it ends up the walls sometimes. So yeah, it cleans brilliantly. You just got to wipe it off. Look at my little 3 crocuses. Makes you think spring is round the corner, doesn't it? How lovely. I started them off in a dark cupboard, goodness, November time, I think it was, end of November. Yeah. So, and it said get them out in January, and they're all at different stages, so I don't know why that is, but anyway, hopefully we'll have a little flower. Make me think of spring anyway. Thanks for watching.